Brodes Media.
One thing that constantly gets talked about is Jalen can't do this, Jalen can't do that, Jalen is this, Jalen is that. I'm going to break it down to a very, very simpler term or a very simple way to kind of dissect Jalen, okay? And I'll probably use this over and over and over again. So if you hear me say this now, I think the next week I will be insufferable with this stance. Can it be as simple as this? Jalen Hurts is a very good quarterback who's playing poorly. That's it. Not, he sucks, he can't, he won't, he's this, no. Clearly, there are a few offensive coordinators, like Kellen Moore, like Shane Steichen, who are above average in this league. And those above average coordinators have figured out a way to utilize his skill set to get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. You don't go from 2 Super Bowl appearances to the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets style of offense with Justin Fields and Spencer Rattler and some guy I don't even know. Right? You don't do that with someone who's been to the Super Bowl 2 out of 3 years. You do that when you have Spencer Rattler as your quarterback. Jalen Hurts is a good, very good quarterback who is playing poorly. Justin Herbert, who everybody drools over, has played many games well and has had many stinkers. And he's always injured and he's always limited. My point is, all these other quarterbacks that you watch from a distance, they have bad games. They do. They play poorly. Lamar Jackson has yet to succeed in the playoffs. The Baltimore Ravens have had extremely talented rosters. They've had fantastic, phenomenal rosters. He's come up small. Lamar Jackson is a premier quarterback in this league. I'd say everybody except for the Chiefs and Buffalo Bills would swap quarterbacks with Lamar Jackson if they could. That's how special he is. Okay, maybe not the Patriots with Drake May right now. Maybe there's a few. He has bad games. Pat Mahomes has had bad games. Jalen Hurts is a good, very good quarterback who's playing poorly right now. We don't need to go to this nth degree and make these claims that he's insufferable and he's an absolute dumpster fire and he's an abysmal piece of crap and he's holding back Kevin Patullo and this and that. No. I think what's going on here is you lack creativity offensively. I don't think they care to fight for one another. I don't think that cohesion and that brotherhood and that togetherness is there. And that's a big, big problem. So I think they lack creativity. I think their offensive line is worn down insanely from the postseason run and the war of winning a Super Bowl. Saquon's not running the same way. The quarterback isn't seeing the field the same way. The defense isn't as strong. Kevin Patullo is very raw. And I think when you add all that together, this is why it looks the way that it does. It's not QB1 is a stiff. It's not QB1 is awful. It's not QB1 is this garbage NFL quarterback. It's he's playing poorly on top of many other variations and many other variables, But we have a really good quarterback here who's not playing well. Good quarterbacks sometimes don't play well. It's just the reality of human. So I'll take my chances on moving forward with a J. We got to bench him. We got to... Shut your mouth. I'm riding with this guy who's been bringing us to Super Bowls. All we ever dream of is Super Bowls. And all he's ever done is bring us to Super Bowls. Some of you cried in 2017 when Nick Foles did it, saying, I wanted to see this before I died, and now I can die happily. Right? Now I can die peacefully. Since then, this quarterback has been able to bring you there twice. All alone? No. But it's not about turning over your quarterback position every single time you don't have, like, a Josh Allen. Are you supposed to get rid of your quarterback if he can't put on a Superman cape and have this type of... Do you know what you're asking for this team with this current play? Do you know what you're asking your quarterback to seriously thrive in? The environment you're asking him to thrive in? It's just not real. It's not real. There's not many quarterbacks that are going to survive everything I just mentioned. A wide receiver who hates you, an offensive line that is just so dinged up, a non-creative offensive man in Nick Sirianni, a first-time play caller in Kevin Patullo who is clearly lost and just doesn't have rhythm and flow in what he's calling. The design is so predictable, 75,000 different people pointed out on a film-by-film basis. When all that's... Who's thriving in that type of work environment? And even if Jalen is more of a guy that control... if he's a very, very good manager of the game, that's not a bad thing. That would probably be selling his skill set short, by the way. But people, I think, and maybe this is a conversation for another day, they want the quarterback position to be something that is a mythical creature. That's what I've come to realize. They want a mythical creature, something that doesn't exist. The most perfect human being of all time. You want Tom Brady. You want Pat Mahomes. You want those guys, which, by the way, Tom Brady once won a Super Bowl like 13-9 because his defense won him that Super Bowl. If Jalen won a Super Bowl 13-9 and the defense balled out, everyone would say that that championship was useless. Right? But I digress. You don't get Tom Brady's. You don't get Tom Brady's. Josh Allen is up there as one of the most skilled, unbelievable quarterback that we've seen from a skill standpoint. He's yet to do it. And I hope one day he can. When the Eagles aren't involved, and if they end up having a year where they're out in the NFC Championship game and the Bills finally get there and they're facing, I don't know, any other team out of the end of the Lions or the Rams or whatever, I would like to see Josh Allen do it. And I think he can one day. But if this is good enough to get to where we want, and it is. It is. He's done it twice already. It is. And by the way, in the big moments, this dude doesn't crack. He may crack in week 9 or week 10 and have a stinker in the regular season. This guy doesn't crack with the big lights. The alternative is what? Throw him in the trash until you find the Josh Allen who was yet to do what Jalen was capable of doing? I just don't understand the logic. I just don't understand it.